Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. So make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or you're not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying, courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. If you're inclined to not come in, just enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box, and I'll do my best to make your comments a part of the show. And understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. By the way, you only can make comments or questions during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, Saturday at John's, that contest coverage Sparky does on this platform, informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit the notification bell and select all. Please share the videos. Comments also help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships right below. Hit the blue button there, and they start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member, and I have the $4.99 come out of my checking account each and every month. You can also use the Super Chat, which is located over there at the bottom of the chat box, to make donations, like a big dollar sign. And when you do that, you are helping support. Your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar. And with your memberships, you get special badges that Sparky and I can see in the YouTube chat box, and you get unlimited replay of member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. This is Sparky's YouTube channel. I'm only in here twice a week. So if you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. And place your comment or question on the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which Sparky shot with his video camera, me flying his Junar XL. And I will be notified and be able to respond to you quickly if you do that, because that's my channel, unlike this channel here. I don't see the questions or comments, because I'm only in here twice a week. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. And one last thing, please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children and grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to post the link at Stunthangar Forum. Let me see, just give me a moment here. My screen got rearranged. Go. So, all right. So posted. Great. All right. So now I'm going to go to the YouTube, what I call the control panel, and see if it's streaming and see what's going on there. So just bear with me for just a minute. That's the wrong one. See Tom Rammel's there. Just give me a moment here. I had everything all set up, and sometimes this happens. Just bear with me for a moment here. Need to make my way to YouTube and get to the control panel and see what's going on. There we go. Okay, so studio. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Had a chance to do some work on your airplanes or go flying, and maybe even have some show and tells. That'd be awesome. Or just tell us what happened, what worked, what didn't work. So it looks like we are streaming. That's good to hear. We have 8 concurrent viewers right now, 6 likes, 10 concurrent viewers, 7 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. That helps the analytics of the show. And consider, if you're not a member, join our YouTube channel. It's just $4.99 a month. And I don't miss it, and I don't think you will too. And you're getting a wealth of knowledge with all the experience of all these modelers here that come on this platform, and plus Sparky and at John's Garage, and all those incredible amounts of, years and years, like 50 years plus Sparky has himself. And I don't know how many years John Jordan has, but a lot. And then our panel, incredible people, have lots of experience. All righty, so just give me a moment here. Hey, John, thank you for coming in.
You bet. How you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty darn good. Started out a nice, beautiful, sunny day this morning. Now it's clouded over. I don't know whether we got rain in the forecast or not, but no wind. If I had a plane, I could have flown.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I got a couple planes, but I got to get out and work on them. I want to get that SV11 going before I go working over some of them that are sitting there that I could possibly get ready to fly.
Yeah, it's so tempting for me sometimes when I have a plane that I know that I need to finish, but then there's another plane that I could finish quicker, and I try to go to the one that I can finish quicker.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it seems like the quicker plane, it has its own situation that might take me a while to figure out and fix,
Yeah. See, Gary's here.
Yeah, I don't see him yet, but I see his name.
Yeah. Well, I've got a plane. It's a twin boomer, 25 powered, non-flap stunner. But I had problems when I first built it and put it up, and it got set aside, and other airplanes were flown that I didn't have to mess with. So now I got to mess with them. Hey, Lynn.
Hey, how you doing, John?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey,
And
Lynn, thanks for
Gary.
coming in. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Charles.
Gary,
Guys.
hey, Lynn. And Gary, thanks for
Gary.
coming in, Gary.
Yeah.
And we have Jack Snavely in the chat box. He says, hello, all fans around the world. And he has these airplane emojis. And I'm not sure what that first one is. I can't tell. But then there's Tom Rammel. He said, like provided. And he was the first one in here. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that immensely. So now we have 11 concurrent viewers and 11 likes. Thank you very much. 100%. Let's hopefully keep it up there. So anybody done any flying or building or anything interesting?
Still sanding and painting here.
Well, that's what
got
it
to
is.
you.
I feel like Sparky. I know his pain.
Yes.
Where do you sanded so much that the tips of your fingers hurt?
That's when you stop. Oh no, when they start to bleed, you stop.
Yeah.
They haven't bled yet, but they're getting there.
You're sanding the wrong thing.
Sanding the wrong way. You got
Sanding your fingers.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Use the other
sanding the wrong side of the sandpaper. Well, generally, you know why your fingers get all cut up? It's because usually you fold the sandpaper over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you've got sandpaper against both the airplane and your fingers. So all you're doing is you're half sanding the airplane and half sanding your fingers. And it's a race to see which one gets to the bottom first.
Yeah. So how's your plane coming along, man?
Coming good. I had enough DC 540 to do one good coat and then a little bit left over. So I put the one good coat on, sanded most of it off, put the rest on where I thought it was really bad. I've sanded that. And then what I put on is a coat of clear mixed with white, because the base color of the airplane is going to be white anyway. So I've sprayed that on. I'm going to sand that off, do it again, and then we'll see. Either we'll do something else, add another one, or go right to color. We'll see. Go to the white.
Something to experiment with is, instead of using all pure white, put a little bit of blue in with the white, just a little. Just to give it a light.
What's that for?
Light.
Okay.
Blue brightens white up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
In small amounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can put a little bit in tomorrow when I do the next coat.
Yeah.
The white I used isn't the pure white. I had some Cessna white. So, I mean, I'm just trying to whiten up the airplane is all I'm trying to do. So I thought, well, I'll use it.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, that might be a good idea. I'll put just a touch of blue in it tomorrow when I do the next coat and see how that goes.
Yeah. There's Mike.
Mike.
Mike,
Very much.
Father of the infamous Combat Kid.
yes.
No, he's not sneaking up behind you, Mike. You're muted, Mike.
Yeah, you're muted.
All right, we got it. I understand. Cool. Thank you. I just listened for a while.
Okay.
Good dishes.
So yeah, that's what's been going on here. We had some snow here today.
This
No.
late in April?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good inch of snow, and yeah, it was
You're
pretty
just-
interesting.
You're just about the same latitude as Salt Lake.
It's crazy.
I'm looking at the map. It looks like, well, actually, you're a little bit further north, but you're about the bottom third of Idaho or the middle of Wyoming.
Yeah, it was stupid. I couldn't believe it. Started snowing this morning. Like I got up and I thought, oh, I'm going to be able to do some painting today. And
Oh, too bad.
Len, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. It's April 18th,
yeah. Crazy.
and I got a fire going in the fireplace today.
Yeah, see, there you go.
all day today. Sam and I went flying on Sunday. So yesterday we went flying. It was 65, 66 degrees, and it never got over 50 today.
Wow.
So we had flying weather yesterday and no flying weather today, and we've had a fire going all day. So I
Well,
feel
it never got over 33 here.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah, you can.
Hey,
Oh,
Brendan.
it snowed and everything else here.
I saw your flight, Mike. You see my comment?
I did. Thank you. You were kinder than I would have been. Yeah, it was first pattern of the year. Len's in Canada, honey. Well, not. He's like Detroit, Canada. You know.
Yeah, a little north of there, but not much.
Yeah.
Not much north of there.
Yeah. Thanks, Charles. That was the shakedown this year. First flight on the SV. First pattern this year.
Not bad. Muscle memory's still there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't wreck it. So.
No,
you know.
no. You got low a couple times.
I did, but I'm not scared of the bottoms.
No,
So.
but you know what? It reminded me of when you was flying to Tiyasaki at the Las Vegas Stunt Challenge. You got just as low at that plane, I think. So you definitely are very comfortable getting low.
Combat flyers usually are. They're nothing scares them.
Yeah.
If you're
Well-
afraid to go low, you won't win many stunt contests. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Get
that's
used
true.
to it. If you're afraid to go low, get out there with some beaters and learn to go low.
I remember
Shouldn't
years
be
ago
scared.
at the SIG meet, Leonard Newman and Matt, they brought his son Matt, and Leonard was coaching Matt, and Matt was out flying some test flying, and I thought he was doing pretty decent bottoms, but Leonard told him to lower it down another foot, and I was surprised. Matt had enough, how to put it, control and muscle memory, whatever it was, and that's what he did. He just lowered it down another foot, no problem.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, I have some. I won't show the SV video, but I do want to later on. Sam did some bi-slob, and he put up some bi-slob fights that were
All
pretty
right.
cool yesterday, and I got some pretty good video of that. So I'll share that later. I'm going to mute my mic because I have to finish my chores and get the dishes done, and I will join you
All right.
in a little bit.
All right. See you soon, Mike.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for
Mike.
coming in, Mike. Hey,
Yeah.
Brendan. Hey, Brendan. I remember that plane. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that. Is that
Yeah,
ever
so-
colorful?
I saw you post on the hangar here about
yeah,
that.
that's right. I was looking at Brodax and some of the things for us to get involved in, and I didn't realize that Old Time Stunt, you had to have a plane that the design was kitted, I guess, 1952 or older. So I first started with asking people if this fits that design, and my understanding is that, yeah, this is a what, S1 Ringmaster?
Remaster, you're good
Yeah.
to go.
But
Yeah,
they kept, several mentioned that you probably should put the canopy on it.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I'll have to see some pictures of that. I mean, this was given to me, with a yellow shape with no
Yeah.
canopy.
Well, a lot of people left it off, especially they're doing combat with it. But I don't know if they're doing it back in the period that represents. But it's real easy. Right about where the leading edge of the wing is, on the top of the fuselage, is where the canopy begins, and it
Yeah.
only goes up about 1.5 inches. It's like a bubble canopy.
Well, let me ask about this. What kind of problems? I mean, here's the original. You see the lead outs that are there. They're
Yeah.
about 2.5 inches apart. My guess is that that doesn't fly very well because there's no adjustability to it.
Well, actually, hundreds of thousands of them probably flew in that very configuration. But
Yeah,
it
that's
is
the original configuration.
right. But it is nice to be able to move them, but I wouldn't get too crazy about it until I'd taken and flown it for the first time at a Brodax meet, and then see what changes you need to make them and bring it back the next year. That's what
Yeah,
I do.
I don't think I have enough space on here and whatnot to put a electric system that's going to give me enough time to do a 5-minute flight.
Well,
Given the weight issues, I think the weight issues are going to be the issue because this is, whatever this fuselage is made out of, it's solid, whatever it is.
well, that the Sterling, had some pretty solid oak planks they called balsa wood. They were balsa, but they were really, really stiff
Yeah.
and heavy. So, you might have that situation.
Yeah,
But, you've got limited time now between now and when Brodax is gonna be up. You got what, 2.5 months?
Yeah, that's just it. I was seeing if we could maybe make it happen, but then I don't know. I'm going to weigh it out tonight. I'm going to take the motor off of it, weigh it out, then kind of look at adjusted systems that was suggested to me to see if the weight even will kind of work out. But if it doesn't, then I think this is a long-term project to get us geared up for next year's Brodax.
I would, if I may make a suggestion,
Sure.
this is just my opinion, but I would leave it IC powered, power it with like a 20 FP, so, or 25. I wouldn't go, you could go up to 40, but I wouldn't do that. The 20 and 25 will be plenty of power for that in the 30 to 40 ounce range. A Vico 19 would be perfect if you got one. And I would do that because you're going to your first old time contest, you know, in your first old time flight, and you know you're not going to win most likely, but you're going to be gaining experience. And so take what you got and go get your experience. And then if you decide that you want to go a lighter one, I mean, I've seen them so light, you can power them with an OS 15 and they'll win at that weight and that power. Okay. So I would make the big push for the second year you go to Brodak. Go and have fun and learn what you can and listen to people, talk to them, look at their airplanes, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it that way. And you might actually even place, and if nobody shows up, you could win.
Yeah, we have a lot of confidence in you, Brandon.
Yeah, and beginner, you never know.
That's right.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it may very well just let Angstrom fly with whatever I can slap on here. The thing is, the one thing I'm going to run into, and John, thanks for this suggestion on the combustible, the IC. It's just never been my shtick. I tried it for about 2 months and just was sweating away trying to get, you know, things to start, and then found
Yeah, but I can't figure out how to turn the volume down.
once you figure out the electric,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm worried about is that a stock S1 Ringmaster, there's not a lot of room up the nose there.
Right.
You know, you
Yeah,
barely
that's
get
what
a
I'm seeing
4
online
ounce.
from some of
You can barely get a 4 ounce tank there, let alone trying to get all of the electronic contraptions that have.
I
to
will
go.
say this. I think his name's Dennis Toth, I think is the last name. But he's got a thread that was on Stunthangar, I think under the electrical piece, where he literally did exactly what I was proposing with this, where he took his old Ringmaster, took off the fuselage, and then just did the whole remake for electric. And he did that over like a 2-year period and chronicled it. And I don't know, it seems like he figured that whole thing out, you know, as sweet as he did. And that's the adventure I was thinking about taking on anyway, and then just stumbled on it.
Well, I just mentioned about going with the IC just to make it simple. But if you don't like IC, or if you've had problems with it, I can totally understand and support you in going with electric right off the bat. But and the other reason was if you went with the IC and you went and flew it, you had some fun and learned a lot. When you came the next year, you would have a machine that would fit the electric a lot better with one of the, like Tom Dixon or RSM or one of their ringmasters, you know, and they've engineered those out. At least I think in the case of RSM, they've engineered them out for electric. You've got that choice, and I think Walter Unlin has done that as well. So.
Right. But I think there's something to be said. I mean, this is trying to get Angstrom geared up, you know, for the old time stunt. So you know, maybe I might try to slap something together and see what I can kind of keep together on this. And then, like I said, go get that experience, get the feel for it, and then come up with big plans on re-engineering this thing for next year.
I love the coloring scheme with all the old leftover pieces of Monaco.
Yeah,
I mean, it really looks good.
I love putting that together. So
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan,
yes,
has he mastered the AMA pattern yet?
he's pretty dang close. We on our last flight the other day, what were we flying? Flying a Pathfinder. That Pathfinder he gave us launching. What did we do? He didn't do the hourglass. Instead, he just did a vertical 8. We'll keep working the vertical 8s and then get them edgier for the hourglass. And then he has yet to do outside squares from what we call the death dive. Now, in that pattern, we did do the death dive to do an outside loop. So he did that part. But other than those two adjustments of not doing outside squares squarish and not doing the hourglass in a hourglass, sharp edged.
Oh, well, all right. Now I got two things, because you just said he did the death dive to do the outside loop. That's not necessary in the AMA pattern.
Outside square.
The outside square. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does it loopy. I mean, he's just getting used, because this was when we first started. The first time we ever tried one of the death dives, a couple of years ago, it just went straight into the ground. I don't even think it went straight. I think it was a kind of edge, so it didn't even get around at all. And we've been tentative until just recently.
Yeah. I know you want to maximize the number of events that y'all can fly when you're there.
Mhm.
But personally, I think it's a bad idea to have him to try to fly old time stunt while he's still not proficient in the AMA pattern. That's just my 2 cents. It's a completely different pattern.
Right.
It's different a lot, and it might screw him up when he's trying to fly the Pampa pattern in other events.
I've seen that happen, by the way.
I just, that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be better. I think I agree with Mike. If you want him to fly another event, let him fly that in Ringmaster stunt. But stay away from old time until he's more used to doing the pattern. Otherwise, it's going to get his mind all screwed up, and he's going to start doing the wrong maneuvers when he goes to do the regular pattern.
Right. Even if he has a call.
It's too much to decipher, and I know it because even I screw it up sometimes, and I don't like it.
Brendan, you know that there is an event there called Ringmaster Firecat Stunt where you fly the AMA Pampa pattern with a Ringmaster or Firecat. I would take that Ringmaster and fly the Pampa pattern with it. I would not advise he tries to learn the old time pattern before Brodax.
Okay.
And if Joe Gilbert's there, get up close to him and talk to him for a couple hours.
Sure. Yeah, people tell me he can work wonders with a Ringmaster.
Yeah.
He could win expert class with it. He has done it.
Most definitely.
And
By the way, thanks, Phil, for coming in. Appreciate it.
he can give you some
know
real
you
good
mean it,
information about how to set up your plane and how to keep it light and all that. So yeah, sidle up to him and introduce yourself. And Angst's probably a foot taller than him.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in, Howard. Does anybody know Russian? I have someone in the chat box, and they made 3 comments, and I think it's Russian. I'm not positive.
Oh, no.
Who is it?
It's Yapolsky, something like that. He speaks Russian, but and
Who's in the chat box?
Well, there's Tom Rammel, Jack Snabley, and Tom. And then there's someone else that's in Russian. I think that's Russian.
Yeah. What's his name? Do you know?
It's all Greek to me.
Well, partially Greek. It's really. Let's see. Can I get to the chat box from here? I can look.
Yeah, you should be able to. Oh wait, you know what? I'm trying to remember how to do that. You want to basically do what's called a pop out the chat box. If you go to YouTube on another screen and another tab, but make sure you mute it. And then when you go to our show, just right click on the chat box and then hit pop out. You'll see a sub menu and you want to just pop it out. Then you can move it onto your screen inside here and see it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming in.
Hey, this is the first time I ever time traveled. I didn't know if it'd work or not.
well, I don't see it, so part of it worked.
I don't know. When I went to get on, it said that, this was taking me to April
2/28.
28th,
Oh, I saw that.
2022.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
only the 18th. And it's like, wow, I'm going 10 days ahead in time.
Really?
Worried that
No, I had corrected that already twice already. I don't know why that happened.
It's showing up 28th. I got 28th.
Because we've already went ahead in time and you can't go back then to change it, Charles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, see, the title that I'm looking at inside the what I call the control panel shows April 18th.
And when I
It
clicked
should-
on it, it said the 28th. I'm like, wow, time travel.
I saw the same thing.
Yeah,
So
well,
is there a big game going on? We can all find out how it wins, and then when we go
Yeah.
back to the real world later, we can
right.
put a
And
bet on
put
it.
down our wagers and make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Hey, I got a question. Do you guys know how you find out what your password is on Stunthangar? Is there a way to do that?
Ask Sparky.
Talk to Sparky. That's the only way I know.
Oh, okay. Because I was wanting to try to get on with my laptop because I got it going, but I don't know what my new password is, and I can't even bring up to see how many digits are in it, and I can kind of figure out from that. But no.
Well, I don't know what to do.
Hey,
That's
Phil,
weird.
how the heck are you?
I'm doing great, except I can't figure out how to turn these AirPods down. Y'all are so loud, it's blowing my head apart, but I'm gonna stick around for a few minutes. I may have to shut it off and come back on, see if it,
Hopefully I'll talk real soft.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll shut it off a minute, bring it and come back on and see if I can get it to work. But it's, man, they are on full blast tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Howard, is that cleared?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't see Howard.
He's
Me
there.
neither.
Turn it on
There.
go up to the upper right hand corner.
There he is. There he is.
There he is. Okay. You get anything finished here recently, Phil?
No, I'm working on a couple, but every time I try to spray, it either rains or there's so much. We've had so doggone much pollen in the air. My wife has a red Mustang. I have a red pickup truck. They're both yellow, and we can wash them both, and the next morning they're yellow again. So I'm not even trying to paint it. Not even trying to paint anything until this week, later in the week.
Woke up this morning, there was so much pollen. All my vehicles were white, but it melted away by noon.
I started saying, I think that's called snow, Steve.
Yeah, not pollen.
Yeah.
Oh, fallen, not pollen. Okay.
Yeah, this stuff makes you sneeze. That stuff just gets you cold. Oh, Lordy. I tell you what. That's it's been a heck of a week. I tell you, we got through Easter with the whole family here, and I'm tired.
So did you find the Easter basket they hid on you?
Oh yeah, I found the Easter baskets all right, but between all the cooking and all the eating and I played cornhole with my grandson until I just couldn't throw another beanbag.
Good for you.
Yeah, what was funny, we were talking about that one year, I don't know, Samantha was probably 6 years old, maybe 7, probably 6. But when she quit believing in Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and all that kind of stuff, so
Wait a minute, they're not real?
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
they're real, all right. It
Steve.
cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
Here we are.
Steve.
she said, Dad, this year I want you to hide my Easter basket really hard. So I said, okay. So I started thinking and I planned it. And I took her clothes hamper and I emptied out all the clothes out of it and stuff and cleaned it, put the Easter basket in there, and then took some of her clean clothes and just undid them and threw them on top. So it looked like it was full like normal, you know. So when she gets up, that's the first place she goes. She opens it up, shuts it, starts looking. And after about an hour, she was like, "You didn't buy me an Easter basket. You just told me that." You know? So I was looking and stuff like that, and I was laughing. So, but yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I remember that," when she accused me of not getting her an Easter basket. That's why she couldn't find it. But after that, she never asked me to hide it hard again.
Let me interrupt.
Pretty good.
I have some comments in the chat box. According to Dennis H, that gentleman or gentlewoman in Russian was saying multicolored, beautiful model. So that was directed toward
All
Abram.
right.
Thank you.
And then Brent Williams says he's saying hello from Azerbaijan, Azerbaj,
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, and complimenting the multicolored model. Translation courtesy of Google Translate. And then Sparky also said that he said hello to all of you from that country. And then and Sparky's saying he can't see passwords. So, and then Brent Williams says, had a fun flying session yesterday. I let my 10-year-old girl have a flight on the electric Pathfinder. Cha-ching. She's amazed at how much more it pulls than her flight streak. Oh, that's very cool. 10 years old and she's flying a Pathfinder. That's it would pull a lot more than the flight streak.
That's
And then
pretty
Sparky-
awesome. That is.
I know this little girl. She's quite a little girl. She truly is.
Sparky goes on to say that I can only reset them. And then Sparky translated the same thing that I think it was Brent Williams had told me earlier. And then Jeff Riley says, Phil, you can turn his volume down with the buttons on the top of the iPad.
I've tried that. I've tried those. I've tried going through Siri on the telephone. I've tried going through the pad. I've tried going through the computer, both to the keyboard and the screen. I can't get it down. So in a minute, I'm going to just shut everything off and bring it back up and try that.
Mine has two, but my keyboard has two buttons on the top right.
Mm-hmm.
And the furthest one to the right is volume up, and the one next to it is volume down. Have you tried
And then
that?
the other one, yeah, there's three of them, and the third one, the one to the left,
Yeah.
supposed to shut the sound off. It's not working.
Oh, you got a
I don't know.
problem.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Something's gone crazy. But that's okay. I'll get it in a minute.
All right.
So
That was
Oh.
neat that
basically, Charles, I have to get with Sparky and set up a whole new password.
yeah, he'll send you one that'll get you, and then you can go change your password to what you want.
There should be a forgot password link you can click. Just say forgot password and ask him for a new one.
If I go here,
Okay.
go settings.
I find it really neat that somebody from that part of the world took the time to talk about and to compliment Brandon's airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the guy from Azerbaijan also has said something else. So if Dennis H or Spark or Brent Williams translate that, I will go ahead and say what he has typed.
Yeah.
Steve, how did you get in here tonight? Your password's not working for Stunthangar.
I'm on my PC. I got the laptop working, and I wanted to get on the laptop. Then I can sit out in a chair that don't hurt my back so bad.
Are you okay? Are you using Google Chrome?
No, I use that Wave one. I can't think what they call it.
That's
Okay,
the
well,
one.
Yeah.
whatever your browser is, though, you should have a password cache that shows all your passwords for all your sites.
Okay, I'll shut it off.
Whatever your browser is, you should,
Okay,
you should be able to go into your settings and tools for your browser, and it should have a password cache in there that shows all the passwords for the different sites that you go on that computer that you're using right now. And you ought to be able to look up your password for Stunthangar so you can use it for your laptop.
where do you find that at?
Under settings.
Under settings on your browser, whatever internet browser you're using, whatever the name of the browser is. For Google, it's just Google Password. You just, go into Google Password. Password Manager is usually what it's called on Google anyway. So your browser should have a thing called Password Manager, and it should, if you save them, which obviously you have because your desktop, you just get on every time, right? You just get on. So that password is saved to your desktop. But you'll find it. Just play with it through your browser, and you'll be able to figure it out.
Well, Brendan, I think the person from Azerbaijan is saying he wishes you all the success in aircraft modeling.
Fantastic.
And he's written something else too. So this person is really active. So Spark, that was the translation done by Sparky. Thank you, Sparky.
I
I'm
am
let's-
amazed because I didn't think we had anybody in that part of the world watching the
I'm gonna look and see where Azerbaijan is on the map.
north. It's
Hey,
on the
Tryon, thanks for coming in.
southern side of Russia.
Former Soviet Republic, Caspian Sea, and Caucasus Mountains, Europe and Asia. Yeah, man, he's over on the other side of the world.
Yeah,
Let's see
that's
what.
cool. Where was your Axioma built? Who built it? Wasn't he an Azerbaijani?
No, it's Uzbekistan. But for anybody watching, it's 6:32 a.m. in Azerbaijan. So this guy is watching before he goes to work, obviously.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Well, I wish him best of luck in his modeling activities.
Or maybe he works third shift and he just got off work. Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's 6:30 in the morning there.
That is cool.
Sleeper in here.
How'd that work, Phil?
Okay. It's still too loud. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Here, turn this off, okay? I'll watch it in there on the computer, on my.
Okay. Okay.
Rand's here.
Well, Mike, you're right, Mike, because the gentleman just said he has to get ready to go to work. So he's saying goodbye.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sparky, for translating that for me.
I didn't know Sparky was multilingual. That's pretty good.
I'm sure
He was using Google Translate, just like Brent was.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, he can speak Spanish. I mean, Sparky knows Spanish.
Well,
I'm
that's more
sure
than
that guy's
I know,
writing was all in Cyrillic, wasn't it? It was the Russian writing, Cyrillic. Yeah.
So Trey, what are you doing there? You packing up something or getting ready to mold something?
I'm molding a fuselage.
Oh,
Aren't you leaving next week, Tryon?
Week after that.
Week after that. Okay. All right.
I got it.
You got it. All right. He's got it. Got it.
you taking that fuselage to Romania with you?
Yep.
Outstanding. Some of you Romanian is going to be very happy when you get there.
I hope so. Hard not to be happy with this stuff.
Yeah. So are you putting color in there or is it going to be white or what?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Are you putting color in that in the mold or, for trim, or are you just making it all white?
It's already colored.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, but
No worries. You gonna do what
Yeah,
you
well,
gotta do.
I'm sorry I'm disturbing you. I'm just interested in what you're
no,
doing.
no, it's fine. But I have a compressor running here, and sometimes I might not hear what you guys saying.
Ah,
That's could be a slight problem.
Hey Howard, that fuselage looks beautiful. I like that matted canopy.
Yeah, it's, I just sanded it.
oh,
The whole thing. I'm just looking at the place where I sanded through the orange and have retouched it.
so is this the jive method of making sure that mosquitoes can't stand on your airplane? They land and slip and fall right off. They can't get them
Yeah.
grabbed.
That's
Hmm.
Wow.
Dang,
Pretty
that looks
slick.
nice.
well,
That looks phenomenal.
that's all by Matt. And sanded it's through the orange in a couple places.
Uh-oh.
That just means you're almost light enough.
Yeah, I hear you.
Gotta sand some more, huh?
Sounds like the story of my life right now too. Sanded through again. Oh no.
Howard, I have a question for you. If I buy that material for the turbulators and I send it to you, can you cut me some turbulators?
Oh, I'll just send you some. What do you want? The zigzag stuff?
Huh?
You want the zig?
Yeah, the zigzag.
Okay, not the vortex generators.
Not the what?
Not generator.
No, this is the zigzag tape.
Zigzag tape. Yeah. Do I have your address?
Sure, I send you a PM, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Howard, is it just the perspective from the way it's sitting that looks like you got out thrust on the nose? Yeah, you're popping in and out, Howard.
There's out thrust on the nose.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got about 1.5 degrees.
Well, it'll be, but I get it right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now, Howard, what's the deal with the zigzag tape? Fill me in on that.
Hey, Tom Creasy, thanks for coming in.
Hi, guys.
Mike, that zigzag is like a turbulator.
Okay. Because I'm cleaning up my SV right now that I flew yesterday, and I lost, what'd I lose? Probably 4 or 5 vortex generators yesterday. Popped off the wing during different times.
Oh, no.
2 popped off in the car on the way there, and then I lost 2 on the first flight and 1 on the second flight.
You're just clumsy.
I guess, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I got them. I increased the number that I had on the top wing out by a factor of 3, and then I went full span on the bottom as well. And yesterday was the first time I've flown that airplane since last year, and I know there's a lot of discussion on VGs and whether they work or not. Some people like them, some people don't think they do anything. I think they do something, because I was
What
really
color?
happy. What's that?
What color are they?
White.
Okay.
White.
I don't have the printer working, but I'll get it one of these days.
Howard, it's an ARF. It's an SV11 ARF, so it doesn't matter what color they are. They could be hot pink, and I wouldn't care. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But I tell you, I could sure notice a difference on the airplane. It just seems to, what I've noticed anyway, from having them, not flying them on the airplane and then putting them on the airplane, man, it just locks in level flight and inverted flight. It doesn't hunt anymore. And then the corners, it just hits the corners and doesn't stall or anything, you know. It just seems to lot cleaner corners. And then on the round maneuvers, it kind of seems to just lock in as well and just not be so wishy-washy.
Oh, good.
That's,
Send me a sketch of where
that's
you-
what it did for myself. The round maneuvers. It got the round maneuvers to be very, very easy to fly.
Yes. What'd you say, Howard?
Send me a sketch where you put them on the wing. Sounds like you got a good place. I'll try
And
that.
yeah, the round maneuvers on my plane turned out very, very easy to fly after that, but I only use them on the elevator. I don't need them on a wing, but that obviously depends on the plane.
Well, Howard, I put them where you said on your instruction sheet, whatever your little instruction sheet said, you know, right on the high part of the wing, which is usually the spar, generally, right, kind of right there. I mean, I'm not going to be moving them around and moving them a 1/4 inch forward and a 1/2 inch back or doing any of that. It was enough improvement for me that I'm going to leave them right where they were. You know, I just got to figure out what's going on and why they're falling off. I'm probably using the wrong adhesive, or I mean, I did tape. I taped the wing, and then I put them on with medium CA. You know, and they seem to be bumping off on me. So maybe try that contact cement that you recommended.
Rubber cement.
Rubber cement. The Elmer's rubber cement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess, yeah, that probably has a little more flexibility to it, and it's not as brittle as CA would be, right?
I don't know. It works okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not nearly as brittle. CA, you can put 2 pieces of hardwood together with CA. I mean, like 2 pieces of oak or something. And you can take your hand and just pop it, and the glue will break. You do the same thing with Elmer's, and the wood will break. So, whatever. Because we've always built furniture with Elmer's, but they kept telling me CA stronger, CA stronger. I don't know what you've been smoking, but it's not near as strong, and it's much more brittle.
Yeah.
Well, I want to, since we're talking about vortex generators, I want to share something, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
That I found. Let's see here.
While you're doing that, let me tell Howard something from Sparky. Howard, you know, Sparky has great eyes, and he detected that it was a 3-degree offset.
I forget what it is supposed to do, and I got to put a shift to get to the right numbers. Well, great.
And I have a comment from Brent Williams. All right, great. Looks like you're making progress, Mike.
Okay, are we there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are from E-Flight. These are vortex generators that E-Flight sell on their 3D planes and on their Carbon Cub, which is a 1.5 meter wing airplane. They're peel and stick, and you can tell they're arranged very similarly to one of the patterns that Howard recommends with his vortex generators. What I don't know, though, because there's no real description on them, and I have not seen any of these on an actual RC plane in person, but I'm thinking they're the right size for a stunt plane, a 60 size stunt plane, just based on the size of the 1.3 meter Carbon Cub RC plane. But I don't know if they're foam. I don't know if they're plastic. They are peel and stick. I don't know what the spacing is, because the description gives none of that. It doesn't say how big they are, how tall they are, what the spacing is. but for 22 bucks, I took a chance and I ordered a set of 4 just to see what they are.
Good idea.
I mean, it's 22 bucks, you know, and it may not be enough to do complete top and bottom of both wings. They could be, you know, molded foam that's peel and stick. They could be plastic peel and stick. None of the descriptions say what they're made of or how big they are or the dimensions. But I figure for 22 bucks, I'm going to give it a shot and see. You know, worst case scenario, I put them on one of my RC planes if I can't use them on a control line plane.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
but I thought I'd just take a peek and see what they look like.
I think Dave Fitzgerald maybe used
Is using those?
Dave Fitzgerald. Somebody's using store-bought vortex generators. I forget who. I think maybe Dave.
Oh, okay. Well, when I searched up vortex generators for model airplanes, that was one of 2 things that came up. That right there, and the other ones are enormous. They're like for 3rd scale 3D airplanes. So that would not be something that we could use. Because they're like an inch big. They're an inch tall. They're 2 inches long and they're an inch tall.
Yeah, put them on the rear of your car to keep the rain off.
Keep the rain off. Okay. You know, they sell them for the roof of the front of your car. Like you put them right over the top of your windshield. Vortex generators for cars now, and those things are like 2 inches tall. In pickup trucks or something, they're supposed to increase gas mileage or some.
Oh my God.
But if you Google vortex generators, you'll get a gazillion things. But if you narrow it down to 4 model airplanes, the ones I showed you come up, and then another one which is for bigger RC stuff. So I don't know, 22 bucks. I took a shot. We'll see what they are. I'll have them next week. So.
Very good. I have a comment from Sparky. Let's see, Brent Williams first. John, you still there, John? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. He says, John, check your email. Pictures to share of Gordon's new twin.
All right, I'll do that.
And then Sparky says to you, Howard, Outthrust is your friend. Thank you, Sparky.
Just sanded through again.
Uh-oh.
Gonna be a light plane, looks like.
Yeah.
What are you using to sand it with? Newsprint?
1500.
Like I said, one step up from newsprint. 2000, I swanny, I believe a piece of paper would do just as well. But I used it. I mean, I'm using it. My new plane will be slick, but I don't know. We'll see.
I haven't even got past 400.
Oh, that's
yet.
pretty. That's pretty.
See where
it's here. Hang on, Howard.
Howard, you just had to make me jealous. That's even prettier than that's. Golly, that is
good there.
Hang on a second. I guess someone is. I guess you are spotlighted already.
No, he's not big.
Well, I mean, remove it, I guess, and then put him back. Howard, do you mind showing us again, Howard? I couldn't spotlight you before. Now you're spotlighted.
Uh-oh. Yeah. What's that?
That's where it's in just now.
Looks like you're boning it out, ain't you?
Huh?
They call it right before you put the polish on. You're taking, you bone it out, usually, you know, up to 3,000, 3,200.
No, this is much earlier than that. I just put the clear coat on, and I saw I'm sanding off the clear coat because I didn't use a tack rag on this particular piece. And I sanded through the base coat, so I've got to give it another shoot.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Oh,
that
man.
sucks.
I've done that. Just know you got everything just perfect. You get out there and shoot, and you keep thinking you got all that. You have to stop and put all that gear on, and then you mix up all that, all that paint mixed. You get everything all ready to shoot, and you just know you're ready to shoot. You start shooting, you think, feel like I forgot something. You get all done and ready to walk in the house, and you see your tack rag laying in the bag where you never took it out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Precisely.
Yeah. CRS is real. That's all I can tell you. Just can't remember stuff.
Oh man, I spend my whole life doing that right now. Awful.
You are not alone.
How did we all get so old?
One day at a time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey,
We made that.
if anyone out there hasn't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button and consider doing the super chat or joining our YouTube memberships. Here comes Sparky.
I'm 79 today.
Oh, happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
All
Happy
right.
birthday.
Thanks for saying something, Gary. I would have hated to have missed it.
Yeah, I would have too.
I know you mentioned it. I'm just so sorry. But happy birthday, 79.
Yeah.
That's an
Wow,
accomplishment.
that's fantastic, man.
You have done very well, sir.
Yeah.
79 years young.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's outstanding.
So you have all original parts except for your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
Even your teeth?
That's a good one. Oh, most of them.
Okay.
I do have a plate there in the front a little bit stuck on there because
Okay.
the way my teeth were, so I got that. I look a lot better now than what I did.
There's always somebody who has to knock a few of them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, that's really great spending your part of your birthday evening with us, Gary. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Sparky.
Hey, there's Sparky.
Taping up a storm.
Yeah, taping.
Oh my God, so much work.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good, Sparky.
it's coming. Not gonna be orange. It's too close to finished weight for me to add any big amounts of paint on it.
Wow.
Well, it's going to be pretty no matter what. No matter what color, it's going to be pretty.
54 ounces as it is, and the reason why I come in is Howard, I know that's 3 degrees because that's what I run, and that the nose looks bent.
Okay, Charles, whenever.
Sure, let me
you're ready, I've got
Sparky's
pictures.
and I'll make you big. Go ahead and show us Gordon's new twin.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. It's
that looks
finished already.
sharp.
It's finished already.
Yeah. The canopy's moved forward a little bit. The rudder has been changed. The nose is elongated to give it a sleeper look, and the nacelles are basically still the same size, but they're top to bottom. They're thinner. In other words, it's a whole sleeker looking airplane. It's got the same wings, same stab and elevator though.
Nice.
John, are you going to do plans to that?
Oh yeah.
When you have them ready, I'd sure like to have a set.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I have 120 and I have 115. I got to find another 15 or another 20 and I'll have the motors for that thing.
Well, why don't you go electric with it?
Well, I probably will, but
I mean, if you're a motorhead and you enjoy messing with motors, then certainly go with the IC. But if you want,
I like the electric.
If you want something you can fly and depend on, I'm not a motorhead. I could not get the twin without Gordon's help. I couldn't get the engines synced up properly. Same with my Flight Street back there, that twin Flight Street. Had to have Gordon's help to get those. But Gordon is a motorhead, and he can do it. So he's got a pair of Magnum 15s. They're ball bearing engines.
Wow.
And his props were 9/4, but he cut them down. At least if they're the same one you told me about, he cut them down a half an inch. So they're 8.5 4. And there's about 5 pictures here, so I'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
See how
that is really sharp.
That is sharp. I agree.
Yeah, he did a good job on it, I think. He and what's his name? I always have trouble remembering his name. Anyway, one of our buddies in the club. He's a very good builder. He builds and flies. What?
John Miller.
Yes. Not me. I didn't help him build this. But I can't remember the guy's name. I'm terrible about that. Maybe Brent will write it down. And if he does, then Charles, you could give credit where credit's due. And I will go to trying to, let's see.
I love the swishes on the side of the nacelles, but I really like that bird on the rudder. That's sharp.
Isn't that neat?
It is neat.
I couldn't make out what the image was on the nacelles or on the rudder. I just thought it was pretty, but I couldn't see what they were.
You'll see it in a minute.
Is this one popped up?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I've got to go back to.
Oh, Brent Williams says Roger Kramer.
That's
yeah,
that's the guy.
I competed against him in intermediate years ago.
Yeah, he's a pretty good pilot. He's making his climb to fame.
Yeah. Together, Tony. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah. Okay, here's a view from the other side, and the bird on the rudder is well shown. And you see it has a double AMA number on it. That's both Gordon's and Roger's. So Roger can fly it in competition. I have to scratch on his number.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And you look, he's got the corrected flap horn on.
Really can't make it out too well, the horn.
Oh, well, it's right there where I'm pointing.
I mean, I see it, but what do you mean corrected? You mean because it's angled forward, bent forward? The other twin had a vertical.
No, it had that as well. But see, it goes straight up 90 degrees here to the flap, from the flap to the elevator. That's 90 degrees. And then from there, it leans forward to the corrected geometry, which is from this line to the center of the flap. And then there it goes down and it comes at a 90-degree angle that way to the flap horn. So it keeps your flaps and your elevator
symmetrical. Your throw symmetrical.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's from this side.
You really don't know until you do a 3D analysis of it, and you can do it either way. You make it come out either way.
Yeah, you can play. The other people tilted the belt crank also to get rid of any changes, that might come in from the rotations of the belt crank.
Yeah, when you do a 3D analysis of it, one thing you learn is all those things are bogus. So.
Well, I don't know about this because I've plotted them out and worked them out, and they come out we come out when it's built according to the dimensions that you get off of there. You wind up getting equal throw on the flaps and on the elevators.
Did you do it in 3 dimensions or 2?
So what?
Did you do it in 3 dimensions or 2?
I did it in 2, but
So I won't get you there.
Well, it did for me anyway. But anyway, it in either case, it's something that people should consider looking into when they build their stunners, because you can have a lot of difference between the up and down on the flaps and on the elevators. And that can throw off your timing, your up and down movements and things like that. When you get them to where they're close to centered or symmetrical or absolutely symmetrical, it does smooth out your controls a lot. I think even Howard will agree with that.
How to do it, but you're not interested.
Okay, now let me go over here. I'm going to bring up another picture.
You know, I never realized that when you stretch the nose, it makes the tail look shorter, even if it's not.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true.
Well, that didn't work.
Well, Sparky's here. Steve.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I just got John Miller sharing. I can't see number. Okay.
Yeah, that sure is pretty.
Okay, there's some more, but this pretty well concludes. I do have a picture of Gordon holding it if you'd like.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Has he flown it?
We'd have to ask Brent. Brent, did you guys fly this weekend?
What's the difference between this one and the one I bought from RSM?
This one has the same wing, stab, and elevator, but the fuselage has been modified. The canopy is a little bit further forward, not much, and the nose is extended to make it look sleeker. The rudder is wider and tall, not taller, but the same height, but it's wider. And he wanted that to have a little more, what do you call it, commanding presence in the pattern for yaw dampening. And then the nacelles here are the same length, but they're thinner top to bottom. They're sleeked out. You got a pair of, you can see the blue head there. It's got a pair of Magnum 15s in it. Looks like about a 2.5 to 3 ounce tank on each one.
Sharp.
Did Brent say anything about whether they flew it yet?
Yeah, he says we attempted to fly the new twin yesterday, but a few gremlins at the field prevented it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be flying soon then.
Hey, look what I picked up today at the hobby shop. 2 sets of banner wheels and a Froome spinner.
Wow.
Wow. We can't see it.
20
out of here to it.
How in the heck did you find any of that? Must be an old hobby shop.
The guy at the hobby shop said that he went to Muncie and he talked to some guy whose son, who was 80 years old, sold his dad's old junk, who was 105 years old, 102 years old, and he had passed away, and so he bought a box of junk, and I said, well, let me look through the junk. So I found the banner wheels, 2 sets, and a Froome spinner, and I gave him $20.
Oh, you
Very
stole
good
that.
deal.
Good deal.
Sparky, when is a Dayton swap meet this weekend?
I don't know. Send John Jordan a message. I have no idea if it is or not. If it is, I'll be there, but
I know it's coming up. And I thought it was in April, but it could be next weekend too, I guess. I'll have to look.
Brent Williams has said that Just new plane and new engine stuff. It has a lot of thrust. That sounds good, Brent.
That's wild. 215s can make that much thrust.
Those props been cut down, so they're both probably spinning up pretty good.
Do you fly today, Charles?
No, my wife had to take her to the ER this weekend and didn't get much sleep, and so I didn't get any more work done on the plane. So I wasn't ready to fly today, unfortunately.
Everything okay, bud?
Well, she's gonna follow up with her doctor tomorrow. She's another appointment, but thanks for asking. She's still in a lot of pain.
That sucks.
Good.
Sorry to hear that, Charles.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Me too. We've been through a few years of that ourselves. Oh, he's cleaning up his real stunner now.
Hey, Tom, what airplane is that?
You know what that is.
No, what is it?
You talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you, Tom.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I was like, Steve, you know
me? This is the P40 that I had too much weight on because of the finish.
Oh.
So now I kind of got the flaps together so you can kind of see it.
That's pretty cool.
Velvet flaps, yeah.
Yeah. It's so far as it sets, I'm 17.2 ounces lighter than what I was.
Wow.
Good grief.
That's gonna be a good
what I've done here, taking my dope and I put 3 tablespoons of in it in the mixture that Sparky set up, and let me tell you, it's really great because after it'll end up being gray when I get done. All I gotta do is sand it, sand it to 600, and I'm shooting paint on it. But
Do you think it's gonna fly well with no covering on there, or it'll be a lot lighter?
Yeah. Well, I'm in the process of sealing the wood now, and then I'm going to cover it. I got the fuselage and the wing to cover, but I got the tail feathers all done. They're ready. They're already primed out and sanded down, and they're ready for color.
Well, I bet those flaps are going to be a bear to cover.
Yeah, you got to disassemble it. There's a lot of pieces to these flaps.
Oh, I know. I saw the plans to a velvet, and Lord have mercy. The flaps for the only part.
It comes together in a Wesley Dick sends you a laser cut printout on a 6x12 inch piece of 16th plywood.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's probably 32 or 36 different parts on it.
Oh my goodness.
It's a challenge to build. That's what I like. I mean, it's really kind of cool. But I'm hoping that it flies okay, because before it was just too heavy. I was too afraid to put it over my head and do a figure 8, over my head, or
of course.
I just didn't trust it, and I didn't want to crash it.
I'm scared to put a light one. I'm scared to put a light one over my head right now.
I was with Wesley when his plane was put in the museum there at Muncie, and there was another guy, Jeff Traxler. Well, Dennis, you know him, Steve Hines. Yeah, he built the Velvet there at Bob Hunt's shop. So it was me and Jeff Traxler with the Velvet.
Yeah, Jeff made a fuselage mold or whatever.
Yep. Super light, but real rigid, strong.
So where did all the weight come from on this one? Did you do it dope, or did you do it in the latex?
I did it with water base. I used water-based material on everything. I use that polyurethane Minwax,
Oh, okay.
water-based.
Yeah.
It was just too heavy. And then when Leslie says, "Hey, you need to bring your plane to the museum show," and I'm like, oh. So I kind of really overdid my finish.
Yeah, 17 ounces. That's pretty heavy for a finish.
Well, like I said, I still have covering to go, but as it stands right now, I'm 17.2 ounces lighter. But I still have to cover the wing. I'm going to use medium silk span. I'm not going to use that poly span no more. I'm sick of the fuzzies.
So basically, you lost a whole airplane there, Tom.
Well, a pound, I'm hoping. Even if it's 10 to 12 ounces, it's still a hell of a lot better than what it was.
Yeah. Well, I went back and found my password. That doesn't work. And it said it's going to sent me an email, but I haven't got no email either, so I don't know what's going on with that laptop. But,
Send me a private message and tell me what you want the password to be, and I'll set it for you.
and then that'll work on all my stuff then?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
So I have a message from Brent Williams. He says the RPM on those motors were 12,500 to 1,300.
Wow.
13,000.
Wow. Yeah, screaming.
12,500 to 13,000 RPM or so.
Yeah, I'm screaming.
Yep.
Good gracious.
Hey, he put a radio on that. He can have a RC Combat.
Wonder where he John, do you know where he gets those motors?
You can't get them anymore.
Wait a minute, I can't hear you. What?
I said I don't think they're made anymore.
I don't think they are either. I was hoping somebody had a stash of them, but I don't know. I guess not. Mine's gonna have to be electric anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I've got a pair of them, but I really don't want to let them go.
No, hang on to them.
Yeah, you can get good money. I mean, they were kind of all bought up by the RC Combat guys.
Yeah,
that's
probably
what everybody flies in it. I mean, they have bunches of motors, but they won't get rid of them and stuff just for the reason that that's what they need to keep that going. I don't know what they'll do later. Maybe go with electric. I don't know what they're. Well,
I'm firmly convinced for a non-motorhead, electric's the way to go with twins.
But, yeah, I mean, people, getting into different things like that, if they want to get into it, they're going to have to do something else because you can't get the motors anymore.
Well, actually, we can get motors. It's the engines we can't get.
Yeah. What? Can't get the engine.
You can get all that. You can get all electric motors you want, but you can't get the IC engines.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, something Bob Hunt told me 3 years ago. Electric motors are the worst they're ever going to be. They're not going to get anywhere but better from here. Batteries are going to get better. ICs are going to get better. Timers are going to get better. But the engines have pretty well done what they're going to do. So, because ain't nobody making them anymore. So, I mean, he's got a point.
I don't know if OPS was making motors there a couple years ago, but I don't know if they still are or not.
I don't know.
I don't know who's making them anymore. I don't think I think they came out with those basically pipe engines, and I don't know how many they made, but they're gone already.
Road jet's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't make anything smaller than a 30, I don't think. he makes a 30 size, but he doesn't make a 15.
No.
Mm. I need to get in touch with Rojet and see if he's still got any manifolds.
If you want, if you want something that you can still get it, you might be able to, they might work just fine, and that's Brodak 25 or Brodak 15s. I would
Brodak 15s are gutless.
Well, then I would go with the 25s.
Yeah, they're a pretty powerful motor.
I have some comments from Brent Williams. He goes on to say that they are Magnum XLS 15. And he said Asp probably has the same thing. Then he goes on to say that blue cylinder heads.
Yeah.
That was the fast ones.
They had a sale on them a couple of years ago. You could buy their like $59.95 a piece.
Oh man.
And they're ball bearing engines.
Oh man.
Pretty well.
Can't buy any ASPs. Haven't been able to buy any ASPs in about 4 years.
Yeah.
They were very popular when they first came out for speed limit combat, the 21 and the 25, because they're ball bearing motors, and they were like $50 a piece. They were super cheap, but you can only get them for like 4 or 5 years, and then gone.
Yeah,
gone. Hobby
Yeah.
Kings.
There you go. Both of them motors are same manufacturer, same thing as Evolution. It was the same company made all of them.
Yeah.
So ASP, Magnum,
and Evolution 53 was the same thing with a different head, different looking head was it.
Cool.
But internally, everything was the same on
them.
Breaking up, Howard.
What, Howard?
Linearity, if you want.
I didn't. What?
Say that again, Howard.
Control linearity if you want.
You're breaking up, Howard. We're not quite catching every word.
I'll go to the other room.
All right.
Howard, I send you the stuff. Thank you. You get it?
I can say something about control linearity if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people have talked about should the flap horn be straight up and down or should it angle forward, and that seemed to be the question. And Dave Gardner started an analysis, and I went on with it and did a 3D analysis, and it turns out you can do it either way and set other parameters in your control system and come up with a linear system either way. Really? And one's the same up and down. So this led me to write a program to analyze control systems. You put in all the numbers in your control system and it'll draw a line and you can see whether you have symmetry in your control system, and you can see what to do to fiddle with it to make it symmetrical. Then, as I posted this on the Preacher's Board or Stunthangar a long time ago, Igor came in and said, "Well, what about my system?" So I did one for Igor's system too. The upchuck of it is that I have this Excel spreadsheet that anybody can have. Just send me a stamped self-addressed email note, and I'll send you the spreadsheet. You can linearize your own system.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to see it.
It's a Sparky, I think. Maybe I sent it to you, John. I don't remember.
You sent it to me, Howard.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You sent one to me also, Howard. I have it too.
Yeah. So it's everywhere.
I'd like to see it, Howard. You know, I mean, I'm a proponent of the angled board, and I got that when I worked as a draftsman for a company in Alhambra. I was drafting and designing material handling equipment, and we had a lot of four-wheel steerable carts. And so I learned how to set it up so the steering on those carts would be correct. And that's what brought me to using the angled horn.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. And you can fiddle with the program. And
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I really would.
Okay. I'll send you a copy if I remember to.
Okay, thanks.
But
If you could demonstrate it one night, that'd be great, Howard.
oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be helpful
yeah.
to me.
We'll both agree on one thing, Howard, and that is it's important to get
Yeah.
it close to symmetrical as you can get.
Well,
Whatever way you do it,
We're missing the audio on you, Howard. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear anything.
well, talking.
You wasn't talking?
I was talking. You hear
Yeah,
me now?
I hear you now.
Yeah. Maybe it's not important to have it symmetrical. I assume that it is. I made mine symmetrical. Maybe you don't want that because the pattern's not symmetrical.
That's true.
So when I fly, I just want the same input to get the same reaction of the plane. I want it to turn the same either direction. That's what's critical to me.
I just want 580. I don't give a shit what it does.
Way to go, Lenny.
Oh God.
Oh, Luke. My goodness.
our Canadian contingent.
We name a loop after him. He's
Is
now famous.
that
Now
580
he comes up with that.
Canadian or US?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's 580 Canadian.
Yeah, I'll take American or
Actually,
Canadian at
that's-
580.
That's 6 Canadian, 580 American.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brodax, Len.
You better believe it. I will be there, sir. Barky, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I ran out of DC 540.
Yeah, don't use it anymore.
No, now I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing to put over it. So what I'm using is clear with white, and I'm spraying it. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's what I use. Clear with white dope.
Okay, so I'm doing the right thing. That's good. Because my base coat's white, same as yours. So I'm trying to keep it light. So I'm trying to just get it white as soon as I can.
The trick to my finish, 6-ounce finish, is you get 1 quart of paint and you got to stick to it.
Okay.
That's all you get. You don't get, when you get to the top coat.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys have seen that. I take a quart of paint, split it in 2. You got 1 for the base, 1 for the top. That's all.
Basically, you got 2 quarts when you mix it with thinner, and that's it.
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay, that's it. Gotcha.
And otherwise, you end up with a tuna boat.
A what?
Yeah, I've had a few of those.
A what?
A tuna boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That
Or a
goes with
lumber
your tuna
wagon.
pipe.
Never anything like that. They're all the same.
It takes a lot of sanding. That's all.
Yeah, I'm learning. My fingers aren't bleeding yet, but I'm getting there.
Well, I learned one thing. If you use automotive paints, you better know what you're doing, because if you guess at it, it's going to be heavy.
Just remember, automotive paint, whatever you put in the can and you put it on the scale and you spray it, that's what's going on the airplane, because it doesn't gas off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm back to using. I've ordered some of the dope from Atlanta. I'm waiting for that to come in. We're going back to all dope. I at least understand it.
What did you order from Randolph or
Yeah.
Air Spruce? I mean,
Aircraft spruce.
yeah, I know. I just ordered some today
Yeah,
or the other day.
it was quite a sticker shock, but I mean,
About $80 for a gallon.
yeah.
It was
Well,
50.
I ordered a quart. I couldn't afford the $80.
Well, I had a chance to get it about 6 months ago for a lot better price. It's gone up quite a bit after first of the year, but
$30. It went up.
we went up. We
Wow.
live and learn,
Good fun don't come cheap, guys.
Gonna go up some more too, I bet.
You know
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
everything is. Crap. I feel like I'm back in the 80s with Jimmy Carter.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's
I
go,
mean,
Brandon.
Let's go, Brendan.
Hey, guys, let's keep it nice.
Yeah, nice. This
Thank
is
you, Mike.
nice.
Appreciate it. I was going to say something too. Let's just talk about model airplanes.
Yeah.
That'll keep our show popular. I know people have their own opinions, but that'll make our show unpopular.
Yeah.
Never
Well,
thought
we
of
got-
it that way.
We got to get some more young people into this nonsense. I'm telling you. I tried my
They don't
darndest
want
this
to do
weekend.
this. They don't want to
rather-
do this.
They just want to sit home and do this. I can't
That's right.
figure it out.
They don't want to do this. So let's just try to get the people who are in it highly involved.
Like I said about a month ago, let's get our wives in and we can double the.
I already did that.
I know we got to follow your suit and Gerald Wimmer's suit.
Well,
I got news for you. Just remember one thing. If you get your women into model airplanes, right, you're going to build a lot of airplanes.
Okay.
I mean that. Yeah.
It's a lot
What do you
more
know that,
work.
Len?
And you're
What's
gonna
that?
have half.
I mean, Naomi does her share, but I'll tell you, I have to do a lot more when she's building because then I have to build mine and help her with hers. It's a lot more
Hey,
time.
Len, the best thing to do is just have a kid that flies and then a chick that wants to race against him, and she'll build him an airplane and bring it to a meet. That's the best of all.
Well, perfect. Good luck with
Very
that.
yes, true.
I liked it. I liked it when I was a kid in high school, and our girlfriends used to come and bring a picnic lunch and a blanket, and we'd all have food and fly airplanes and spend the whole afternoon that way, and then I'll go out to a movie later.
I tell you what, if some girl bought a picnic lunch and a blanket, there wouldn't have been no flying model airplanes when I was young.
Well, you're out in the middle of a field in a schoolyard. You got houses all around. I think you probably would have flown airplanes.
You'd be surprised what went on in schoolyards when I was young, anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
you're a bit younger than me, so I'm part of the old stuff.
Charles, get out the airplane.
I'm trying to
Shake it
find
around
a
little.
image.
Yeah, all right. 'Cause I had a really good comeback for Steve there, but I'll say it in the after show. I'm not going to
Thank
say
you.
it
Very,
now.
very good. Very good.
Well,
Yeah, I
we're
was
talking
trying to
about
find a
flying.
model airplane picture to get us on track.
Hey, I got
Talking
one.
about
How about,
flying, Charles.
Now that was talking about model airplanes.
Charles, how about I share a video of Sam's bi-slobbing yesterday?
go
And I
for it.
saw that and I was really impressed. I didn't know who the pilot was.
That was
really
Sam. That was Sam. And it was
awesome.
it's only on it's 2.5 minutes of video. So
Yeah, please
See it.
show it. It was pretty amazing. Very
All right.
impressed.
Let me get up here.
Did you put a streamer on it?
No streamer.
Because that would be fun for him to cut his own streamer.
All
He
right.
could do it. He could do it with a slob.
All right.
I've seen it done.
Y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to play it. Here we go. Let me know if the video's crappy and not, if it's jumpy or whatever,
No, it's pretty
Good
smooth.
so far.
and I'll stop it.
No, it's fine.
Stopping it. Fine.
I'm not sure if the motor is in sync with the video, but it's close enough.
It gets better. Hold on. I walk out by the airplane.
Where are you flying? Okay.
At our RC club.
Oh, okay. I thought if that was your backyard, I wanted to come see you.
That's why the runway's right there.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't get some of those old RC flyers to fly that.
All right, I'm going to walk out there where you're stunting. Don't crash the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's no throttle control. Is that right, Mike?
No, yeah, that's a Fox 35, man.
Wow.
You better watch it, brother. He's going to be whooping you in more than combat if he keeps this up.
Oh. That's a balloon bust move. That one, right?
Very nice.
Well, at least
I'd say Sammy knows how to slob, man, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I was really impressed. I had no idea who the pilot was, but I was really impressed when I saw it this afternoon or this morning. So all that's just hanging on the prop, and he's just just moving the elevator up and down to have it just hang on the prop, right?
Just whacking it, man. Yeah, the elevator, I'm fixing it tonight. You can see I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Because the hinges broke loose on the elevator, so we were done for the day. And I want to add a caveat here. I said I got rid of all my foxes, right? I'm not a fox guy. I have no foxes. That fox was from Paul Taylor. That was one that Paul gave us for doing the transition of the Testarossa. Sure. Remember, I helped facilitate the Testarossa going. Paul gave us Len, it was on the bi-slob that we gave you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that bi-slob.
Right.
You kept the motor. That's right. Yeah.
The one that Sam crashed really bad at Brodax.
Yeah. That's right.
We put it on another bi-slob, so I
Perfect.
had
Hang on to it. You got to keep a couple of them for bi-slobs. That's good.
I own one Fox from Paul Taylor, and it's a great running motor. You hear it peaking out when it needs to.
Yeah.
The only thing I hate, I got to mix up fuel for it. I got to make the all-caster 29% fuel for it. And I hate how slimy they get.
Oh, it takes forever to clean the damn thing. I know.
You see me. I've been in here pouring a simple green on it all night just to clean it up so I can put some patch on it.
Because it's nothing but a slime bucket.
It is. But Sam had a great time with it, and he had 2 or 3 flights with it before the elevator came loose on it. So. Anyway,
you've never flown a bi-slob or seen one?
Who?
Charles.
Sitting in.
So guys,
you've never flown a bi-slob?
No, I've never flown one. I've seen one, but the guy that flew didn't fly half as good as Sam. Not even half. I mean, the guy never.
That's what they're for, Charles. Hanging. You hang them on the prop and you try to just hover the thing, and you get up just high enough to pull it inside and outside and drag the rudder off the ground. I actually, there's another video I have where he's hanging it and he sets it on the tail wheel and it lands, and then he goes 3 feet and takes off again. He drops it on the tail wheel.
Wow.
And it goes, and then he takes off again. That's the fun of a bi-slob, man. But you got to do everything downwind.
Yeah, you never take them upwind, hardly ever.
Yeah, you can't go upwind and do anything, because then it gets all wonky and it'll turn in on you and
right.
It's crazy.
Now, you're gonna
remove the mystery. So the motor setup, is there like a buttload of offset?
Yeah.
Make me big again, Charles.
You are big.
That's bone stock from Brodax.
Now look at the angle of the motor.
Wow. Yeah, I see
About
that.
7 degrees.
Okay. There's the rudder, Charles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you got a buttload of rudder, a buttload of engine offset, and the whole deal is all that is to. Well, we're going this way, is to keep the airplane flying in this manner when you're doing all that stuff.
Right.
So it stays out there on the lines.
Now there's supposed to be a special trim you want too, right? I mean, as far as flying, as far as the lead outs and everything, there must be special trim as well, right? Or just
no, the lead outs are where they're at. I mean,
they're not adjustable or anything.
They're not adjustable. They just come out of the
one above the other.
Okay.
One above the other. On the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word.
In strut.
On the
Yeah.
strut.
On the strut, and then all that offset, and then it's got, it's got crazy amount of elevator
Okay.
and
Both ways.
Wow.
and flaps, and you got flaps on both wings too, Charles. There's
Wow.
flaps on full span flaps on both wings with a little joiner here that
Okay.
runs both flaps at the same time.
I rebuilt one last winter. That was a bad choice. Oh my God, it took forever. I might as well have built a stunter.
That is neat, though. Thank you, Mike.
Was it the one we gave you?
No, it wasn't that one. It was my old one. And oh my God, though, it was just like that, though. It was a total wrecker. And I thought, oh, I can put it back together. That was a bad choice. It took forever. I got it done.
When was that the Bislab first made or come out? What year? Anyone know?
Oh, me.
It was like around 2000 or so, right? I think I saw it in Brodak flying videos around 2000 where they were doing 5-up Bislab flying.
Yeah, I've
It was
seen
before
that.
that,
That's
Mike.
phenomenal.
It was in the mid to late 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking about when Brodak made the ARF. I think the ARF was made sometime in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Brodak
not
got it in
sure.
the 90s.
I just remember Dick having them, but everybody scratch built them.
Yeah, I would never build one because, man, who wants to
Too
build
much work.
2 wings? But when Brodak first started selling them, they were like $89, man, for an ARF.
Yeah, they're 150 now.
Right. Yeah, they were 89 bucks forever, man. And I was like, okay, I'll get on board because this is our like 4th one. We've had 3 of the ARFs and of course the one that Paul gave us that Sam broke it so bad I wasn't willing to fix it. That's why I gave it to you, Len.
Yeah, and then I think what's his name got it? Brendan's son, I think, got it at Brodak's.
Oh, did Brendan get that? I thought we did
I
that.
think
to
his
you.
son got it, and I gave it
Okay.
to him to hang in his room or something. And
There
apparently,
you
I
go.
think they tried to rebuild it or something.
Yeah, there you go. I
That's
think
where
you're
that
right.
ended up. So it didn't
Okay.
go in the garbage. I glued it back together at Brodak's, but it really wasn't pliable. And they said they were just thrilled to get it, and I gave it to them. I said, "Just take it. It's
Yeah.
yours."
Charles, you should get one. If you ever can find an ARF out there, or I wouldn't
Any
recommend
Bislab.
building one because you're going to break it really bad when you start flying it. You bust them
Until
up.
you learn, you bust them up.
Till
Exactly.
you learn, you bust them up. You're always breaking the rudder off. And if you get that wonky thing going, then you
Look
lose
out.
them. They break a wing. But once you get the hang of it and you fly them downwind on the downwind side and you just stay downwind
Yeah, it's
and
good.
know when to turn, like enough altitude to
Yeah,
hit it.
Sam's got that now.
But the whole deal is you want to pull out 2 inches off the ground, inverted
Oh,
or right side up,
Oh,
or
that's so cool.
bounce the wheel. You want to bounce the wheels and put it back up. They're a lot of fun. They're huge fun to have.
That
Huge.
sounds like it. Yeah, that's
And the
really
windier,
impressive.
the better.
The windier, the better. Yeah.
Like if it's a real windy day, that's the best day for bislabbing.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because it stays right downwind, and you just keep it there, and you just keep looping it around, back and forth, and around and around, back and forth. It's amazing.
And you need a big handle, so you got full. I mean, the elevator on the
Yeah,
thing goes
whack,
like
whack.
60 degrees, man.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there on the handle going whack, 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 whack.
And on a real windy day, don't ever take it upwind. Just take off and start stunting.
Yep.
wow.
Yeah,
that
you-
is-
When I fly them, I don't even make a lap with them.
Nope, just keep stunting until you hear it. When it starts to cack out, you stop.
Yep.
There you go, Len.
Let me make you big, Steve.
I
One
did
second.
what you said. What you said.
What do we got? Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, perfect.
Hey, very
That's
good.
excellent.
Nice adjustable
Good
lead out.
job, buddy. That looks outstanding.
I just
Plain
gotta
as
make
that,
a
Steve.
decision
Yeah.
if I'm gonna make a weight box and put in it or not.
Well, you've
What
come
model's
this
that?
far, you might as well. It's only a little box. All I do is glue 4 little 1-inch squares of plywood together, and then one on the top, one on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm really wondering if I'm gonna need it, I'm thinking, it ain't, it's just a regular
You
airplane.
know as
Put a
well
little
as I do,
plate.
if you don't put it in, then you're gonna be cutting a hole in the wing.
I'll just put a hunk
either-
of clay on it, stick it there and leave it.
Good Clay. But Steve, all the cool stunt guys are putting their weight tip box cover on the top of the wing now. That's the.
I did that years ago, Mike.
Oh,
Years
me.
and years. Nothing new.
All the
I
cool
came up
guys.
with that in like, I don't know, 2010 or
That
something.
way you
like
didn't
that.
have to turn the airplane over to put
Yeah,
weight in it. I know.
exactly, Len. Exactly.
Especially the guys who are going for the concourse award at the Nats, they always put their tip weight box on the
Yep,
top.
with that big Allen bolt sticking out the top of the wing. Yep.
Sparky's gonna do it this year, I'm sure of it.
Oh, you guys,
I don't think so.
you guys are too many.
Yeah, I kind of thought about just static balancing it, and then, if I need a little bit more, then I can just add a little bit of clay to it. But
So what you're trying to decide is whether to be lazy or whether to not be lazy. That's where we're going.
Well, Steve, are you gonna fly it on Spectra line or steel
Yeah.
line?
it's going to be spectral lines.
So-
it's like,
Oh, you probably don't need it then.
So
Yeah,
glue a 1/4 ounce inside the last rib. You'll need a 1/4 anyway. Just
Yeah.
put a 1/4 in there. And then, like you said, if you need to, you put a little clay on there, man. You'll be fine.
because, I hate to put a lot of work in this, because this could last me a week or 10 days.
All of them can.
Well, you can
know.
do what one guy did when he didn't want no weight box and he wanted the little weight on the outside, on the outboard wing, is he would take his garbage bag and wad it up inside the wing.
Garbage.
So that way, if you crash, you got a bag right there to put your airplane in.
Got a bag.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, Steve, the other thing too, if you're going to use Spectra, I'd say it's safe to put a 1/4 ounce, glue it in, and if you need more, you can just put.
A little piece of clay on it.
Well, you could do nails. You could just stick nails in the end of the tip,
Oh, that's true too.
and that won't look bad. One 10-penny nail is,
But if it really needs a lot, put a 4-inch spike in the
Yeah.
Ring shank.
Steve, you can get those.
God.
Steve, a 10-penny nail will work. You can also go to the tackle shop and get those. It looks like a nail, but it's made of lead, and it's for worms and wacky worms. And you just shove them in the end of the wingtip, and then you can paint over it.
That's a good idea.
You only got a hole,
Well,
eighth of
the
an
wing's
inch.
going to be monocoated anyway, so.
There's your plastic bag to bring it home if you crash it.
Yeah, I know.
Are you using see-through or opaque?
Probably opaque,
Okay.
because putty and paint makes a modeler what he ain't.
Yeah.
Putty and paint. Stay away from the putty especially and go easy on the paint.
that's like the trim carpenter guys, man. They go, oh, the painters are going to caulk that, man. Don't worry about that gap.
Don't worry about that gap.
The painters will caulk that, man. Trim carpenter guys that put your door frames
Hey,
on, your window.
Especially the white trim, the
Yeah.
I don't know,
MDF,
Mike. I'm a trim guy and I don't do that.
Well,
I don't like a trim guy to tell me that, oh, that's good enough. Caulking will take care of it.
I got a lot of buddies that build houses here, man, and they hate the trim guys, man. I got a lot of friends that are painters, and they hate the trim guys because they leave such huge gaps in their work, man. And they're just like,
that ain't me. Your painters would like me.
Well, you're a modeler, Tom. That makes a big
Yeah,
difference.
that's a big difference. I mean, you're a good, I'm sure you're a very good trim carpenter.
Yeah, when I've done some side work for people, they're just impressed with how anal I am about things, about fits and joints. It's because I'm a modeler.
Fits and joints are everything in this game, and so it would be with carpentry too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one thing is though, like on corners, you you
I'm
end
not
up
laughing at you, Steve. I'm laughing at the chat. Sorry.
you have to put a little putty in there. I don't know if when you guys cut corners, you take a board, just a little shim and stick under it so it cuts it just on a teeny bit of an angle, and then they'll fit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
But then it leaves that little pinhole right at the very top, and you got to put a little wood putty in there, and you're done. But usually when we trimmed out, we puttied it ourselves. We just reach up there and bang, put some putty in for the painters. But that gives you a tight corner. That's the same thing with inside corners, you know, on base, is that you cut the angle in it, but you don't put it together. You take a coping saw and cut the back.
Exactly. You back cut it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and when you put it together, you still always have that little bit. It needs a little touch of putty at the top and stuff, but it later on they won't spread on you and stuff. They'll look nicer for a longer.
You don't do miter. You don't do straight
Right.
miter cuts and corners of baseboard. They look like
building
shit.
And it also depends on whether you're doing a new build or you're doing a remodel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true
Because
too.
Walls
Oh, I'll try.
are awful, inside corners especially.
Let me share with you why I was
Automatic
laughing, you guys. I was reading the chat, and Banshee 15, Gary, this is when he was asleep. He says, I think that guy is sleeping. And so I typed in there, today is his 79th birthday. He should be tired. And then Banshee 15 responds, 79th? I'm 69 and this is making me fall asleep.
Is he saying that we're
shit.
not interesting?
Yeah,
I
I think that's
think
what
so.
he's saying.
I think
It's
that's
not
what
hard
he's
to fall asleep in here.
So I finally finished to mold all the parts.
All right.
All in the
All
back.
right.
Well,
When do you go on your trip, Tryon? When do you leave?
30th,
All right.
2 weeks.
Okay.
We gotta figure out how to get together, not this weekend, but next weekend. This weekend I'll be in Charlotte, but the next weekend I'll run down South Carolina and meet you somewhere. We'll figure something out.
He'll be gone
No, not next week.
if he leaves on the
Next week
30th.
on Saturday, I'll be gone.
Yeah. That
Okay.
Saturday he'll be gone. He's leaving on the 30th.
Maybe we can arrange something
Oh,
during the
crap.
week. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, we can do something through the week. We'll do something. Now it ain't
Don't
painted.
worry.
It's just like it was the last time you saw it, but we'll figure something out.
So what are you gonna do? Assemble them there, and when you get over there, bring all the parts and put them together right over there?
No, I'll have them finished by now.
Are you gonna have them all
Yeah.
ready to go by then?
I'm not gonna have time to test them out and then put them through their paces, but since I'm used to the plane and I know what to expect, and I just work my way slowly towards that.
It should be just like the other ones. Should be just like
How
it.
many are you taking? 2?
One for sale, one mine, and a backup for me that comes from field.
Oh, okay.
So I take it 3 with me.
Brian, you tried to show us something, but as we was watching the video of Sam Lonke flying the Bislob. Did you want to show us what you wanted to show us, or?
It's already done.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I
I
just
just
wanted to
didn't
show
turn
you
away.
how it looks on the inside when you get it done, but now it has the bag on top of it, so you cannot see much.
Okay, no problem. We just couldn't turn away from
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, but it's like this is it's a hybrid layout, So sometimes you have a sandwich layout. A sandwich layout is when you have different materials, like a foam in a center with something on top and bottom of it.
Right.
It's a sandwich. Or you can have like a simple layout in which you put a cloth on a mold and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just cloth on the mold tends to be the heavier layout. it's easier, but it's just heavier. So that's the problem with that layout. The sandwich is almost always lighter, and always it's more rigid too, because it has thickness to it, has some body to it. And if you go a single layout, you want to have some fabric that has more girth to it, right? So it's not because now you have like rods that bind in between each other, so it gives you some more rigidity. So yeah.
So you got two of them. Are the two of them all assembled and ready to go? And
Yeah,
just the
one of them
that's
is
in the mold?
assembled. It's ready to go. I'm doing some touch-up painting on it, and that's it. But that's done. After I do the touch-up painting, it's ready to put the electronics inside and all the stuff. So it's finished basically. This other one, I have the tails finished and painted and all the stuff, and I have the wings here. You see the wings there on the floor.
Yeah.
So the wings are molded already. I molded them yesterday. So right now I could join them, but it's just not enough time. But I'm going to join them tomorrow morning. And also tomorrow I'm going to work on some prep for the wings to join them. I'm going to work on prep for the fuselage to get it joined. And tomorrow night I'm going to join the wings. And so tomorrow is what? Tuesday, right? And Wednesday I'm going to join the fuselages. And as soon as so Wednesday I'm going to have the plane ready to do a final assembly on it.
Wow. Going like a wild man.
You gonna try to get some flying in before you go over or not?
If I can, I'll try. But if I don't, I don't. Yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot. I still have to make a landing gear for this guys. Landing gear stress for this plane. Oops.
Good thing you caught it.
How long will be over there?
Not long, just a week.
Right, so
Oh, you did? I thought you were going for like 2 months or something.
No.
So you're gonna fly in the.
I'm going for a week to the Romanian Nationals, and after that, the next stop will be at the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
But you're coming home in between those, aren't you? I don't even know when the Worlds are. But
yeah, it's in August. Howard would know that.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to the Nationals before you go to the Worlds? Our Nationals?
It's vacation issues.
Okay, yeah.
Some vacation issues.
Yeah.
I would love to go to the Nats, to get my ass worked up and see where because right now if I go to the Nats, I'm going to be in an open class. So I have been unceremoniously kicked to the open class.
Well, you could what you need to do is have them put you on nights and you work and then drive up to the Nats and fly and then drive back and go back to work and then
really
oh yeah, right.
Well, he is young. He could probably do that.
Yeah.
Young. I don't feel that young anymore, man. Yeah. I wish I was,
That hair is giving it away. He's not that young.
No. Yeah, no kidding.
I remember what your hair used to look like. I saw the videos.
Yeah, so have I. I saw the video too.
I was young and strappy back then.
Yeah.
26 years old, something like that. My God, half my age now.
But you have hair down, how far down your back and stuff?
I'm sorry?
How far was the hair down your back?
Wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, I don't remember seeing long
like
hair.
He does now, just younger.
I never had the hair longer than past the collar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he used to make a hell of a prop.
I got a picture of. It was after a contest, and we're a little bit of a party and stuff like that. But I mean, we all wore different hats back in the day. We are known by the hats we wore. And some guys, had boiler hats and engineers and fedoras and stuff like that. And I had a big cavalry hat that I wore, black cavalry hat and stuff like that. But man, I had long hair. I was looking at that. I'm like, damn, my hair was long.
And Leroy Black wears a big hat. You always can find Leroy Black at a contest. He has a big hat.
I want to wear a cool hat this year at a contest, but I haven't picked one yet.
Okay.
I need a cool hat. I need to change my image a little.
I like
We
that
had some
Joe- I like
guys
Joe
that wore
Gilbert's.
berets, but everybody once they pick their hat, then there'd be 10, 12 of us there with all these different hats on and stuff flying RC pattern. It was just one guy started it and we all started coming up with a different kind of a
Gotta
hat.
have a cool hat and cool glasses. That's the deal.
Yeah, I like Joe Gilbert's fedoras he wear.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I don't want to copy him.
I know, that's why that's the same thing with me. I don't want to copy him either. So
I need a different color or a different shape or a different something.
right. I'm with you. We gotta find something that's individual. That's us.
Yeah, you
I don't want to
betcha.
copy Joe. Unless you
Well, Lynn, if you want to be different, you could wear a Star Spangled Banner USA hat, and I'll wear a Canadian flag hat.
God,
Oh,
wouldn't
this
that
I
be
got it.
something?
This I got it.
Hey,
This I
hey,
got
Lynn,
too.
I know a turban.
Don't be smart.
You trying to get him shot?
You're trying to, you're just being mean now, Steve.
Yeah, just try some different hats on and we'll see what looks good.
Hey.
We'll tell you.
Now, here's a hat. This is
Canadian
great.
Navy
This is
hat.
great for outdoors. And it's great for
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
rain.
Oh yeah, that's
Right
cool.
there.
Hey,
I like. It's a bitch to wear that during the reverse wing over.
that's
though.
what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fly with.
Tom, that is crazy that you just pulled that up. Because when Len was talking about a unique hat,
Yeah.
my buddy wears a hat just like that when we go kayaking
Wow.
every time.
That is so
And I
cool.
thought I can get Len one of those hats.
That is,
I live on a right by the school on the school road, and I wear this every time I mow to help keep the sun off my shoulders. 'Cause I
Oh, it
wear
works
tank
good,
top,
for
you
sure.
know? And boy, I get a lot of looks.
I'll bet.
What's cool about that, Tom, is that come lunchtime, you just take it off and flip it over and you can use it for a rice steamer.
Oh my God.
There's all kinds of things.
A
I can
bowl.
Damn, Steve.
Ice
know?
cream, an ice cream bowl.
Like I said, come in here for a little fun and fellowship. What do you
That's
get?
right.
Down
That's
to
what
it.
we're here
Have
for.
Steve, that's a little insensitive there, buddy.
fun.
Wow, we're all just
You can
having
use
fun.
it, it doesn't have to be wild rice. It can be white rice.
Well, my feelings are hurt.
This is my flying hat. This is what I wear when I fly.
All right, Charles, that looks pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Charles, I like the boonies. I wear the boonies too, man.
I'll have to get mine now. Hang on.
I wear a wide brim boonie, but you know what? When I get out there, if I don't need it because the sun's not bad, I take it off. If it's a little hazy or there's some clouds and I don't need to have a hat, I drop it. I take it off. But it's nice to have, but you got to have it in the right spot with your glasses.
And
You got to have the angle just right so you can see your stuff.
Right.
yep.
Right.
But if I don't need it, it comes off.
Sure.
I'll drop it. I'll drop it.
This is my holiday hat.
Oh, that'll work. Let me make that big. Hang on, Tom. Oh, that's cool. You like wearing hats too. I have a lot of hats myself.
Yeah, I got some hats.
Yeah, that's
I
really
just
cool.
wear
I like
hats
that
on
hat.
Special occasions.
That is a cool hat.
How about that hat? Looks like a
Oh, I
little
like this hat,
umbrella.
Steve. That's work. That'll work. Let me.
I go.
Oh, look at
See,
Steve.
then it doesn't affect you in the wing over or overhead eights.
Yeah, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Now that's a bowler hat.
I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
there you go.
You look
That
like
looks like Charlie Chaplin.
That's an Oliver hat.
what?
That's Laurel.
Oliver
Hardy,
hat.
yeah.
Oliver and
Hollywood.
what was his name? The fat guy.
Oh,
Hardy.
yeah.
Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel
Laurel
and
and
Hardy.
Hardy.
Laurel Harding.
A
Yeah.
Laurel hat. Then.
Oh, Steve's
All
got
right,
his.
guys. So
Steve's got
we're
his
gonna end the
clockwork
live
orange
stream.
Hold on. I got one more question that relates to control line stuff.
Okay.
We can get back to flying. The new Clover, was that put in place to align with the FAI rules? Can anyone answer
Line
that?
with it, but it actually does the clover as it's supposed to. You're supposed to hit that 90-degree line going across this way.
I understand that, John. I just maybe this is a question for Howard. Does FAI fly the Clover like that?
Very cool, Lynn.
I don't know about that.
Yes. The FAA rule books puts the clover like that. Yes.
Okay, all right. That's because I posted a video of my first pattern flight of the year yesterday, flying the new Clover. Of course, I put it in because I wanted to try it, and a lot of guys were asking, "Why did you fly the Clover that way?" And I said, well, it's an AMA rule now. And other guys were saying, well, does FAI do it that way or not? So now I have a definitive answer. That is FAI and AMA Clover from now on. And we did that to fall in line with FAI, correct?
I don't know.
Or just because it's more correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks like a clover now, right?
Yeah. I tell you, I flew it yesterday for the first time. I put up 4 flights yesterday, and it was the first time I tried it, and it was easier. I mean, I didn't have any issue with it.
That was your first one? God, it looked really good.
That was the first time I did the Clover pulling like straight up in a wing over. Yeah. I don't see any big deal with it.
I found in practicing it that actually the loops were bigger and smoother, easier to make. This is practicing, with your arm finding 45 degrees, but there's a lot more room in that maneuver, a lot bigger than I'd been flying it the old way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I saw Paul Walker, I think at the Nats last year, when he did the outside square, he started at level, 4 or 5 feet level flight and went up and then made the first corner, not the first corner, but he made a corner. And then he did the corner that starts the outside square. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before.
That was a mistake.
I don't think it matters. It just matters where the maneuver starts. However you choose to enter the maneuver, it's up to you.
Right.
They have
That's what I
recommendations.
thought. I didn't think it was wrong. I thought it was kind of cool.
No, I think he did the right thing because what he was trying to do, he was trying to slow the plane down.
I think it's a great idea.
Oh, you're talking about Paul pulling up and then, like into a wing over and then going out and doing the square after that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the time when Paul came out of the reverse wing over and did a square at the Nats.
Oh. No, that's cool.
No, it was a mistake. He was mad at himself because he did it. It was a brain fart or whatever. He came out of the reverse wing over and went into the outside square.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking I was thinking of ending the 4-leaf clover at,
No. He came out of the reverse wing over and went into the outside squares. He just had a brain fart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he would be, especially if he was winning and then you blew that. Yeah. Because you lose the pattern points, that'll take you out of contention.
Quick.
I think
Howard didn't fly the Axioma anymore.
No, I haven't. I got the battery tray issue worked out. I reinforced that because there was an issue with one of the airplanes that came to the United States where the battery tray broke out. So I did some reinforcement on that. but I have not flown it since.
Okay.
Haven't had flying weather. I mean, really, decent enough.
Did you come up with a solution for the lead outs?
Not yet. Howard and I talked about it Friday night a little bit more.
Okay.
We can get into that in the after party a little bit
Okay.
if we want.
Hey, do you guys want to sing happy birthday to Gary Sinclair and then we end out, close the show?
Is he
Yeah, let's wake him up. Wake him
He's
up.
awake. He's awake.
He's awake.
All right.
You guys ready?
Since it's the end of the year, since it's the end of his birthday, yeah, let's go for
Yeah,
it.
Let's go for it.
Happy birthday to you.
Why don't you get a candle going?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you. Boy, that
Blow your
sounded
candle,
good.
Gary.
Thank you.
Anymore.
Blow out your candle, Gary.
There, he blew.
Oh, he blew it all right.
All right. Well, I'm going to end the live stream. We're going to continue the party, especially since it's Gary's 79th birthday party. And if you want to chime in, you need to go into stunthangar.com and go to At the Bench. And if the At the Bench does not show up, it's most likely because you're not logged in or you're not a subscriber or a member of Stunthangar. So with that being said, I'm going to wish everybody good night and we'll see you again Friday.